Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So I have been out and about running errands this morning. If I sound or even look a little strange, had a dentist appointment this morning. My face is still numb. But had to go get some hay for Sophie and Amos and the goats and everything. And if you saw my social media post the other day, I found something in the horse trailer. Hey y'all, so I hope you can hear me out here doing morning chores on a stormy day, stormy morning, as you can hear. Came into the horse trailer, which is where we keep our hay and our feed tubs to feed Sophie and Amos, and I made a discovery, and I hope you can see this. Hold on, gotta find what I'm looking for. You see that little blob? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. There's 3 of them in here that I can count. But me being me, you know I gotta give them some food. Their mama was in here when I first came out. Oh, there's another one. Where I stopped. There's another one. Hi, baby. You're okay. Your mama found you a good place to hide, huh? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, baby. Here, I'm gonna set you over here with your brother or sister. There you go. There you go. I think the other one's hiding under the pallet, so I'm just gonna walk away so Mama can come back. Now, as y'all know, we're getting ready to move. And when it comes time to move the animals, I'm definitely going to need the horse trailer. We've actually been using our horse trailer as our little hay barn for the past 3 years. Just never got around to building the permanent good structures for the animals. And so that is where, the hay is. And I found those kittens the other day. I've seen them twice. Mr. Smith saw them once, but we don't know if they're still in there. And seeing as we've got bales of hay that we need to get in there, the last thing we want to do is crush a kitten. So we're going to pull out all of the stuff that's in there, make sure there's no kittens hiding under the straw or anything like that. There's a pallet that sits in there that we put the hay on top of. And it's possible those kittens could be there inside the pallet. Well, that pallet sits in a spot where there's like a seam in the floor, and so it kind of rocks a little bit. And, like I said, the last thing we want is to throw hay in there and crush a kitten. So we need to pull everything out to make sure there's no kittens in there. But then also, we need to inspect the trailer. We need to look at the floor, make sure the floor is still good and solid. It's been sitting out there for a long time because, as I said, we're going to have to use that trailer at some point. And so we want to make sure it is structurally sound for Sophie and Amos. Make sure there's no repairs or boards that we need to replace or anything like that. And I know at some point we're going to have to also take it for a little bit of a test drive. Make sure that the tires are still good. Make sure they're not dry rotted or, have flat spots or anything like that. We may have to replace the tires before we move them because those tires have been sitting in the same spot for 3+ years. So we are getting ready to do that. And then after that, Mr. Smith and I are going to go and install the bridge cabinet that goes over the stove. I bought the bridge cabinet. I got a range hood to put in there because I'm not leaving my antique French shelf above the stove. And of course, most people want a range hood of some sort in their kitchen. My goal is to get that cabinet up because I'll need to paint it and things like that. And then later on, we'll go ahead and install the range hood. So that is the task for today. I'm actually a little anxious today because we found an amazing house in Alabama the other day, and one of our very good friends and our realtor went to do a walkthrough of the house. I also spent about 2 hours using the virtual 360 tour that was uploaded for this house. You can pretty much see just about every inch of this house, and I spent a lengthy amount of time scouring every inch that I could see, looking for any sort of issue, and I could not find anything. So when they went and did the actual walkthrough and they couldn't find anything wrong at all, I was super excited, y'all. We didn't even let the real estate agent leave the house before we said, we're making an offer, let's get this done. So we put in an offer, or we had an offer written up, and the realtor found out there's another offer, because that same day that our walkthrough was, another buyer did a tour and put in an offer on the house. So we have until, well, they have until this evening to, accept or reject our offer. And we're just super nervous because, y'all, it's the perfect house. It has everything we need. Now, the house itself is not real big, but that's okay. Mr. Smith and I are empty nesters. When we move to Alabama, there's nobody else going to be living with us. And there are elements to this home that will allow me to do some things that I've not been able to do before. And I'm so, so excited at the prospect of that. But the land is perfect. We have pasture for our animals, so I won't have to be buying hay all summer long, all year long. It has just so much potential. Even a huge fenced-in backyard for our dogs to go crazy in, because they haven't had a lot of space here. And the ones we had in Alabama didn't have a lot of space there because our backyard there wasn't real big that we had fenced in for them. But that backyard is massive, and they would just go absolutely crazy. So I've just been praying and trying to let go and put it in the Father's hands, that if this is the right house, that everything goes smoothly, and if it is not the right house, that it is not where we are supposed to be, that the Father helps me to let go and not be too heartbroken. But by the time this video goes up, we may have already gotten an answer. So if we have, by the time this video gets published, I will do a little bit of an update at the end and let you know either way, whether it was a yes or a no or still waiting. So with that, I'm going to go get changed, and Mr. Smith and I are going to get to work. Don't kick me. I should have told Mr. Smith to bring a trash bag down here. We've got our feed bags right there, along with treat bags and stuff like that all shoved in there. But there's also a million strings, hay strings in here. I'm gonna text Mr. Smith. Hopefully he'll get this. Can you bring one of the big black trash bags? Question mark. Oh, Sophie. Oh, baby girl. Oh, no. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, baby girl. No. You my sweet girl. Oh, yes. Oh. Yes, you are my sweet girl. My big sweet girl. Oh, does it feel good? You're like, why you got the trailer open, Mama? What you doing? Oh, girl, we need to brush you again, don't we? Yes, we do. I get done here, I'll brush you. Okay? Oh, don't give me a hug. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, sweet girl. Are you my sweetheart? Yes, you are. Y'all, donkeys are the sweetest things. Mules or hinnies, not so much. They tend to be more of the too spunky for their own good. But Sophie, she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. Yes, sure is. Yes, sure is. All right. Let's get to work. Actually, let's find we're going to start throwing out this straw, Sophie, because these bales are falling apart anyways. Watch out, girl. We've had storm after storm after storm lately, and it's made it, this spot right here around the trailer's gotten a little muddy. So I'm just gonna, this is straw that we didn't use during the winter. We only put straw in their shelters in the winter time. In the summer, we use, it's this wood shaving bags that we get locally at the farm supply store. It's called Flyaway, and it has essential oils in it, and it helps keep some of the flies away. I mean, it ain't perfect. It's not going to keep them all away, but it does seem to reduce the volume of the flies in their shelters. I'm just going to have to do this by hand. There ain't enough room, Sophie. See, if there are kittens in here, I don't know where they are, because both the straw and the hay sit on top of pallets. So I gotta go slow and careful. And by the way, you may notice her eating straw. So donkeys are desert creatures, and straw is actually supposed to be part of their diet, and really it's supposed to be actually be a good part of their diet, because it's low calorie, dry, not super nutritious, which, believe it or not, is ideal for a donkey. I'm just going to spread some of this hay around, or straw around, in this muddy area that's here. Hi, baby girl. All right, let's get this feed pail out. And get this bag of trash out. Actually, here's a couple full-size bags. I can start putting the strings in those. I don't know if Mr. Smith got my text, because, well, it is a work day for him. He may be busy working on the computer and phone calls and all that stuff. But also down here by the trailer, we do not have a good signal. Look, here's one of your brushes, Sophie. It's like too far away from the house to pick up the Wi-Fi. Oh, does that feel good? Yeah. I'll brush you some more when I'm done, baby girl. All right, so I'm gonna get back to pulling all this stuff out, and I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. All right, no kitten under here, but I did see a mouse. Are you having fun there, Amos? I honestly am not optimistic of seeing the kittens. We have not seen them in a while, and so I'm inclined to think that Mama took them somewhere else, because she was very, very afraid of humans. What is this to? Oh, it's a piece of a pallet.
Did you say you saw a big scorpion?
Last year.
Well, I thought you saw one down here recently.
No, it was last year when I brought that pallet in here. The other pallet. You ought to have gloves on, honey. Are there any in my truck?
I don't know. I'll just help you pick it up. We're just moving it for a second, right?
Well, we're going to pull it out so I can clean all this out and look at this floor.
You want to wrestle it back in, or?
Yeah, I can get it back in. I just want help picking it up. Just in case the kittens are under there.
Okay.
So I just wanted to lift it kind of straight up. I don't, like I said, I don't think they are, but just in case. Mouse. Take it over here and lean it on this tree. All right, y'all. We do not see any kittens. I had a feeling when I saw that look of terror on the mama's face when she saw me. I suspected she wouldn't keep her kittens here.
Get out of there.
Sophie got the feed bucket open. She's like, I know where my treats are. Huh?
I gotta get up there and get.
That's okay. That's all I need your help for, honey. Thank you. So every spring we'll do this. Fully clean out the trailer here. Get all the old hay, all the old straw and everything out of here. I'll get a year's supply of hay strings out of here. Most of the time when I open up a bale of hay or straw or whatever, I'll just take the string and I hook it onto the fence, because I don't want, well, frankly, a lot of times I'm just busy and I forget to put it in my pocket, or maybe I don't have pockets, and so I just hook it in here. That way it doesn't end up on the ground somewhere, like where an animal can get tied up in it. You know, you've seen videos and pictures of animals stuck in hay string, and you know, it's kind of like the soda can rings. They're bad news for an animal. So like anytime Mr. Smith buys a thing of sodas because Mr. Smith loves his Dr. Peppers. We cut those plastic rings into a gazillion pieces. That way there's no chance, if it ends up in a landfill somewhere, no chance that, you know, an animal gets stuck in it. Got a couple wasp, hornet nests or whatever, wasp nests started. Get those knocked down. Oh, that reminds me, there may not be kittens anymore, but there are birds. I had to go buy new halters a couple weeks ago because there's an active bird nest right here hanging on the halters and leads. So I'm gonna get back to cleaning this. Well, I didn't have the camera going, but I'd say it's good I'm still half numb because I was raking the straw pile, and as I had pressure going like this, my rake snapped, smashed me in the face. Got me right there. Probably gonna be a bruise. There it is. All right, so the trailer looks good. I don't see any boards that are bad. There's a skinny little board right here that bends a little bit, but it's not rotten, it's just a skinny board. And it's under the, it's like on the frame and on the axle and stuff. So I'd say it's fine. This trailer has a cattle panel attached to the floor for traction so that animals don't slip when they're on the road. Now you can't do that if your animals have shoes, because they'll pull their shoes loose. But for barefoot, this will keep them from slipping. But I think what I will do when we move them, just to be on the safe side, I'll I'll get some stall mats and put them down over this. They have stall mats that have a texture to them. I'll get some of those and lay these down to help them and just make sure there's no like sharp pressure points on the floor anywhere. But the trailer looks good. Like this side over here, our primary or our prevailing winds come from that side. So our weather usually comes from the west, that way. And this one board down here gets wet all the time. But but it's very orange, and so I'm pretty sure that's cedar. But it is hard as a rock, so I think we are good. So now I'm just going to get going on getting all of these hay strings off of the gate. And also, I'm going to, we stack our hay all up at the front of the trailer, and I'm going to go ahead and do that as usual, but I'm going to close this gate so that they can't get to it, but they can get in here. And that will get them accustomed to the idea of going in the trailer. We did that in Alabama when we were moving here, and they would go in there and sleep. And so when them getting used to going into the trailer and it not being scary made it easier for me to get them in there all by myself. Now he's a little stubborn, you gotta be a little sneaky with him. Hinnies, donkeys, mules, very, very smart. And they know when you're up to something, they can smell it. Look at that. He didn't even wait for me to get done. What are you doing, Amos? Yeah, you. I caught you. Sneaky. Hi, Sophie. Hi, baby. All right, y'all. So, a little bit of an update. You know, I've been praying all day about this house situation because it was taking so long to get a response. And I just kept saying, okay, Father, this is in your hands. And if this is not the right house, then help me be at peace about it. And you know, I've just repeatedly just been saying, your will be done. And we got text message from our realtor, and we didn't get it. And I was a little bummed, just a little bit. But I'm like, okay. Because I know that the house we are supposed to move to either is not available yet, or we just haven't found it yet. And, you know, if that was the house, then I know something will come about and the Father will make sure that's where we go. And I'm just trusting the Father that we are going to end up exactly where we're supposed to be. You know, we thought that was the house. It felt perfect, had everything on our list, everything. Even stuff that, you know, we didn't have on the list. Things that it was like, oh, that'd have been amazing. But it's okay. So the search continues, and we're just going to trust the Father that His timing is perfect, and He knows exactly where we're supposed to be. So with that, God bless y'all. I'll talk to y'all next time.